You're giving away way too much of your money to the IRS every year, and it's time to stop the madness. You ever feel like the IRS is that clingy ex who always wants just a little something from your paycheck? Well, today I'm going to show you how to keep more of your hard-earned income the legal way. You make 90 grand a year, and somehow you still feel broke. Meanwhile, Chad, the entrepreneur, writes off his Tesla, his dog grooming, and the business lunch at Disney. Let me show you how two people can make the exact same money, 90K, and walk away with wildly different tax bills. Spoiler alert, Chad ain't working harder. He's just reading the same tax code a little bit differently. Scenario: the tale of two $90,000 incomes. You, the employee life. You make 90 grand a year working a 9 to 5, commute, cubicle, passive-aggressive emails. You're living that 9 to 5 dream, you know? Sort of. Here's how your taxes break down. Federal income tax, $11,000. FICA, Social Security and Medicare, come out to $6,885. Total tax bill, $17,885. Your take-home pay, about $72,115. Congrats, you now have enough to afford gas, rent, and maybe an avocado per month, you know? Feeling personally attacked? Well, hit that like button and we can be broke together, but informed. Next up, Chad, the business owner. He also earns 90K a year, but through his LLC. Now, he's not filing as a W-2 employee. He's got a few write-offs, a business checking account, an accountant who probably deserves a standing ovation. So here's how Chad plays it. $35,000 in business expenses. You know, laptop, phone, car lease, and these research trips to Miami? Yeah. Taxable income after those business expenses are deducted? $55,000 to your $90,000. Chad then elects S-Corp taxation, making $40,000 as a salary and $15,000 as distribution. Now his taxes look like this. Federal tax on $55,000, $6,000 to your $11,000. FICA, only on salary portion, right? Which for him will be $6,120 to your $6,885. Remember? Chad's total tax bill, $12,120 to your $17,885. Chad's take-home pay after taxes, $77,880 to your $72,115. Chad keeps $5,700 more than you for doing the same amount of work. Wild. That's almost enough tax savings to max out a Roth IRA for the year in one fell swoop. Still watching? Good. That means your tax bracket hasn't scared you away yet. Smash that follow button for weekly pain-relieving tips like this one. Next up, tax code equals playbook. Learn the plays. Here are 3 ways the wealthy legally outgame the system. Number 1, ordinary and necessary deduction. If you're running a business, even a small business like a blog or Instagram page, anything deemed ordinary and necessary can be expensed. Phone, deductible. Laptop, deductible. That conference in Vegas that happened to be near a casino, shockingly deductible. If you networked near the slots. Even if you work a W-2, start a side hustle, sell houseplants, teach Excel, right? Review local tacos, whatever. Create a business, and now expenses equal tax deductions. Number 2, investment income is more advantageous than employee income. W-2 income gets taxed up to 37%. Long-term capital gains taxes from investments, 0 to 20%. Translation: the tax code doesn't love hard work. It loves smart money. If you make $90,000 in investments held longer than 1 year, you could pay half the taxes versus earning that through a job. If you have ever paid taxes and felt pain in your chest, go ahead and like this video, okay? Validation is tax-free. All right, number 3, depreciation and accelerated depreciation. Buy a rental property, rent it out. Now write off part of the building's value every year through depreciation. even if that property is gaining value. Even better, do a cost segregation study and front load those write-offs. Bought a $255,000 property, you might write off $35,000 in year one alone. Bonus, if your income is under $100,000, you can actually use that loss to lower your regular job income. So, you're making $90K and only taxed on $55,000. Boom. Number 4, 1031 exchanges. Sell your rental property. Instead of paying tax on the profit, do a 1031 exchange and roll that money into a new property. Pay $0 in taxes now, own a bigger property, and keep the cash flowing via rent from your tenants. If you're not too familiar with a 1031 exchange, it's basically the same type of provision that allows you to roll your 401k into another employer-sponsored pre-tax plan without being subjected to taxation. It's a rollover provision that will allow you to sell a property, and instead of reporting a profit as income, you can just buy another property and not pay taxes on your gains. Nice little carve out. Then you can do it over and over until you pass away and pass on those properties, never to pay capital gains. Yes, it's legal. Yes, it's real. And yes, rich people have been doing it forever. So no, the system isn't fair, but it's not about working harder. It's about working smarter within the system. If you're tired of trading time for taxable pennies while someone else writes off their G-Wagon because, it's for the brand, now's the time to start playing the game better. You're welcome. Until next Money Monday, thank you so much for watching. I've been Kevin with MoneyTreeandMe, providing better security and ensuring better lives. Make it a great day.